Welcome to croch80hd. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I consider you a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, you asked for it, you got it, Toyota. Croch80hd. Crochet plus love the 80s plus ADHD. You never know what you're going to get. I am like a box of chocolates. Today's episode is the August LP. I go through everything that I went through. I go over everything that I made last month, ideas, thoughts, all that good stuff. So finished objects, works in progress, and future plans. And of course, we have to flip the calendar. And honestly, I want to do that first, which I don't normally do, but I'm feeling like this September's calendar is going to give me so much inspiration. I don't know why. I have nothing to base it off of, but I'm just anxious to get it out of the way. So, without further ado, it's time to flip the calendar. Hey, 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 flip the calendar. 3, 2, 1. No! Y'all, absolutely not what I was expecting to see. Let's see. Is that purple up here? It's kind of purple. Y'all, this was just not what I was expecting to see. All right, so let's talk about finished objects. The first finished object I want to show you is the my calendar inspiration project from August. And this, I can't hold them up together. Okay, this is ooh, wow. Okay, it is not quite this blue, but it is called Royal Blue. This is Mary Maxim Ultra Mellow Spun DK in the color Royal. And the pattern is Finding Balance, which is it says it's a scarf shawl kind of a pattern. I used this when I made my, what was it? I made the strawberry shortcake make-along project with the strawberry and the guava. I used this in June or July, whenever Shark Week was, I can't remember. So I used the pattern again. This is a pattern by CJ Brady. I love that it starts small, gets big, and then it decreases. This is one skein, went halfway through, and then the other skein was the other half. Judy from Judy's Creations and Crochet talks a lot about CJ Brady patterns, and I understand why. This is the only one that I've done, and I've done it twice in short succession. I like it, and I definitely am going to take a closer look at more of her patterns. My second finished object I don't have here, but I will pop in a photo here. This is the August tank. It is a pattern test that I did for Tiny Couch Crochet. It is a Tunisian crochet tank top. I used one full skein of this in this colorway. I think it's really pretty. The pattern itself calls for DK weight, but I personally didn't like the fabric that it made with the DK weight. I felt that it was too thick for a tank top, so I opted for fingering weight. If I make the pattern again, which I probably will because I really enjoyed the process, I will probably use a sport weight. There are some areas that I would change I feel like side boob was a big issue, because I was originally making it for me, but because I don't like to wear layers with Summer, Not Hetty volunteered to take it off my hands. That was finished object number 2. I believe the pattern will be going live maybe the middle of September. Believe it or not, those are my only 2 finished objects for August. Next up, whips. I lied. My 3rd finished object for August. Ugh, I have got to stop doing that. Okay. Miss Hetty. Miss Hetty is wearing this. I love that top so much. This is my I Love the 80s make-along sweater. It was originally published in 1987, and it was published in Crochet Fantasy magazine. I did the back. I'll pop in a picture of the back of the sweater. The original pattern just had a plain white back, but I didn't want to do that. I don't like the back as much as the front, but love this so much. So much. It uses, let's see, the yellow. Well, all the colors are Mary Maxim Ultra Mellow Spun. Why can't I? Ultra Mellow Spun DK in the 3 different colors, and then the white is Loops and Thread something. It's like, it's a blend of acrylic and wool, maybe, in a DK weight. I don't remember. Editing Jackie can put the name on the screen. I do know that it was sent to me by my evil twin Linan. So yeah, she was kind of important in the making of this awesome, totally awesome, mega rad sweater. Thank you, Linan. Another project that I made, I don't know why I'm not doing this very well. Another project that I'm pretty sure I finished in August. I'll have to check my dates. If not, I don't know. I'm gonna put this picture here anyway. So this is Bernard. That is the British pronunciation of Bernard. This is him in his awesome 80s sweater. I was gonna make it to match this, but I can't remember why I didn't. But I like how it turned out anyway. It didn't take very long at all. And the color, I use the same yarn. So it's like they're matching. They're coordinating. They're coordinating sweaters. All right, works in progress. I'm wanting to participate in the Vestember make-along that is being hosted by Marquita of Marquita's Naughty Crush. However, every time I try to do this vest thing, it's killing me. Every pattern I look at, there's just something that is just not quite right. And I have started 3 different vests. Very little to show. Okay, it is a Tunisian crochet vest. And I am using Mary Maxim Ultra Mellow Spun DK yarn, and this is literally as far as I've gotten. The original pattern is just a solid front and a solid back, but I wanted to do something extra. So I'm using this Intarsia color chart. Now this is printed in black and white, and you're supposed to color in all the, all the parts and whatever. And I was going to color the whole thing in, and then I decided, you know what? If I color it in as I go, it'll help me keep up with the row counts a lot easier. So this is what, hopefully you can see, the darker things, but this is what the design is going to look like on here. If the motivation stays with me. Considering it's been sitting for like 4 days, the motivation is probably not with me. But I love the two colors together, the brown with the robin's egg. I think that's really, really pretty. And I think that the finished vest would be pretty. That's one of the 3. I'm not going to show you the second one because I just don't want to. Third, which is actually, technically it's not a vest. It is technically a tank top, but I'm using, oh, and I think I talked about this on my last episode. I'm using the yummy delicious yarn that I got from WonderlandYarns in the, oh goodness, Monarchs and Mayhem, is that it? Monarchy and Mayhem, the minis. So woo wee, look at that. Okay. Ha! Holy moly. It is definitely not that bright. However, it looks amazing. So I'm using the sagebrush tank top pattern, and I'm doing 4 rows of the mini and then 1 row of the variegated, and then I'm just slowly going across. Wow, you can really, really see the color change on here. I'm telling you, it's not that, it's just not as stark as it looks on the camera. So this is the middle of the front right here. So the plan is I'm going to continue the middle piece with the variegated because I have so much of the variegated, and then pick back up with the rest of the fade, and hopefully that'll get me to the end of the front, and then I will repeat it for the back because the back is identical. Because the pattern calls for DK and this is sport weight, I'm expecting there to be some sizing issues a little bit. So I'm going to add more. I'm going to widen the panels on each side with the variegated. So it'll be stripe variegated, like all the way around. That's my hope. Now, I have spent more time with this, mainly because
I like it.
oh, it's so squishy. It's so not heady as the one that, because I had thought about doing this, and I think I had mentioned it before, and I had considered, you know, with the variegated in the middle, but having her kind of give me the idea without me prompting her made me feel a lot better about doing it. And she said to her, it looks like Nerds rope, the candy. And since Nerds is an 80s candy, if I can get this done by the 15th of September, which is the deadline for the I Love the 80s Mal, then I can use it for the make-along. Plus, I'm going to count it as a vest. So then, you know, it also qualifies as a vest. I think I might do something a little bit different around the armhole based on some of the ones that I'd seen in the Ravelry project pages, just to make it. I'm looking at this and all I can see is Willy Wonka. I mean, this is so, yeah, this is so Willy Wonka. I ain't hating it. My second work in progress. Sport weight yarn, and I'm using I'm pretty sure this is a 5mm hook. The size is rubbed off. I think that's what it is. Okay, let's see. That is all I have for whips. Is that right? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Next up, stuff I got. I had mentioned that I did win a prize for the Summer of Romance cow that I participated in July. And I just wanted to show you what I received. This cute bag, and I mean cute. Like, it's embroidered. Crochet is my jam. It's a nice drawstring. Very, very cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's the perfect size for people who make socks, which isn't me, so we're not going to go that route. I received a couple of bags of tea. I think I drank one already. I think it was blueberry. It was delicious. Button. Oops. Keeping it real. Oops. Come on. Keeping it real with crochet. And this is the Summer of Romance official button logo. I think it was for 2020. And I don't know what the theme was that year. It's just two foxes kissing, so maybe that's what it was. Animal love? I don't know. I'm going to stop talking in case I say something that's just completely and totally inappropriate. And I got this cute little pom-pom. This cake of yarn, and it was called, okay, it's a Jane Austen. It's not Pride and Prejudice. It's Northanger Abbey. That was the colorway. I don't know who, who made it or anything like that, but I really like these colors. And then also I received this mini, which is made by River Knits, 100% hand-dyed superwash blue face Leicester. It is 20 grams or 80 meters. And River Knits is a British, or it says UK, so British English company. Now, it doesn't go with this. Oh. Well, maybe it does. Also, I had entered into a giveaway on Instagram. And it was, the giveaway was being hosted by Apple Yarns. I didn't win. Oh no. But they sent everyone who registered, everyone who entered received a coupon, I think. And so I placed an order, and they had, let's see, they had some Cascade 220 fingering weight, and it was actually on clearance. And with the discount code that I was given, I was able to purchase 3 of these hanks. Now, there's a story that goes along with this. So I placed my order, and I received it within a week, but I'd only received 1 skein. And I did ask for it to be caked up. So I had received this. Oh, Marquita, yeah, it's your color, girl. Let's see what this color is called. Oh, it's peach. I'm pretty sure that was the name of the color. That is so pretty. It's showing a little bit brighter than it actually is, but this looks like you could drink it. I only received 1. And then as I was looking at it, I said, okay, well, I did ask for it to be caked up, and I thought, well, maybe it wasn't as much yardage as I thought it was, and maybe this was the equivalent of 3 cakes put together, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but whatever. So I contacted Apple Yarns customer service, and let me just tell you, this was the most wonderful experience I've ever had with customer service. The person that I spoke with, her name was Christiana. Something like that. She was very apologetic for the oversight in the order. Immediately shipped out another order, and I received my other 2. So now I have 3. This is 100% Peruvian Highland wool, 273 yards, 250 meters, and it's fingering weight. Now, I had never seen Cascade 220 fingering weight, And the 220, when you get the worsted weight Cascade 220, I believe it's 220 yards. Anything after that, the 220 is just a name because it doesn't really always apply, but whatever. That's just the, I have what, 273 times 3 is, I have a lot. I'm pretty sure it will be enough to make a shawl. Now, I had this epiphany earlier today. I think I'm going to make a few solid color shawls using fingering weight wool because I can't remember. I can't remember the reason, but it was a good reason. I was comfortable and happy with the decision. And it wasn't like I was sitting around going, what will I make? I was moving some things, or I was in my closet and I was hanging up my shawls, and I happened to hang up one of my solid color 100% wool shawls, and I said, I need to make some more of these. That's why. That's how it came about. There you go, in case you ever wondered. Apple Yarns, wonderful customer service. I mean, just wonderful customer service. So they rectified the order and then sent me another discount code in order to use as an apology for the mix-up. I just think it's amazing and wonderful that they went the extra mile for little old me. So check out Apple Yarns. It is appleyarns.com. It was great. It was a wonderful experience and highly recommend. Oh, this one came from a new friend. She is an enabler. Yeah, she is the one that told me. She held me down, waterboarded me, and said,
you will go and buy some vintage crochet pattern books.
Oh, trust me. Don't ask me to show you proof. It really happened. Stephanie of Texas Peach Knits is my new influencer. We did a trade and she sent me some hand spun yarn. I think she spun this herself. Look at this. Wow! These colors are, let me get that. Whoa. I love that it's fall, but then it's got like this teaser of teal that runs through it. It's so pretty. And she included 2 stitch markers. Let me see here. And again, her channel and Instagram name is Texas Peach Knits. Now, if that doesn't say Texas Peach, I just don't know what else does. How cute is that? And then she also included this, which comes from Daybreak Dye Works. This is called Autumn's Arrival. It's on their North American domestic base. It is a worsted weight and it's 150 yards. Now this reminds me of, what did I say it reminded me of? I can't remember now. Again, the colors are like, they're popping on the camera. They're not quite that bright, at least not in this light. If I go outside, it'll probably look exactly like this, but very autumnal for sure. So this is worsted weight. Now I don't know what weight this is, given the fact that it's, let's see. Oh, good. You can't even see that. I'm struggling to find a strand that will show up against, yeah, there we go. Maybe. So I think it's like, it might be DK, maybe. I think it might be DK weight, but it is so soft. I know everybody says that, but this is, it's like if you wanted to figure out if it had drape. Okay, so here's the worsted, and okay, there we go. There's the drape for the worsted weight. Yeah. Serious drape. I don't know what the yardage is. I don't know what it's made out of. I just know that it's really soft, super drapey. I would like to see a shawl. I know. Yeah, I think it would be a really pretty shawl. I know it's not enough yardage for a shawl, but I don't know what I would make with it, but it's very, very soft and very, very pretty. So thank you, Stephanie. Blah, 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 blah. Next, future plans. So at the top of my future plans is I'm going to a fiber festival. If y'all missed my video, which was titled, decision paralysis. I titled that video that, but the decision paralysis was what was in place because I couldn't decide on which fiber festival that I wanted to attend. So on the 29th and 30th of this month, I will be attending the Fiber Fun in the Sip Fiber Festival. Whew, that is a mouthful. It will be in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and I'm so excited. I've signed up to take a class, and I'm looking forward to just being around fiber people and shopping and just hanging out and being there. You know, I'm so excited. Oh, I am also participating in okay, so it's not a make along, it's a read along, which is a big thing for me because I am not a reader. This book that we are going to be reading it's by Louisa May Alcott, and it was written back in 1860 something, 1860s, 1800s, 60s. Editing Jackie. But I found a copy of it on LibriVox, which is like, like Audible, but it's for books that are out of print. This book is called An Old-Fashioned Girl. And the group that I'm in, some of us are making projects to go along with the read along. And the way that the read along book club, I know that that's the same thing, right? A read along and a book club. The way the book club read along is broken up is very similar to how I had done it with homeschooling, and which I love because, again, especially for a person like me who doesn't like to read, I love books. I love learning. I just don't love to read, but that's because of the ADHD. I will sit and I could read a sentence over and over again for 30 minutes straight, and it's like once upon a time. Why is my hair gray? Once upon a time. Who invented once upon a time? Once upon a time. I wonder if that girl that I went to high school with that was really, really mean to me is still alive. So as you can see, reading is a challenge for me. But this audiobook thing is definitely working for me. So people are making projects, and I have decided that I'm going to make a shawl. But I am going to be using, well, no, there's a reason why I was saying this. Come on now. I will show you this is my color palette for the shawl. In the book so far, she mentioned something about merino wool within the first 2 chapters. So I got excited about that. So I was like, okay, see right there, she's telling us that whatever we make, it must be made with merino wool. And nobody said, hey, this is what you have to make. Nobody did that. I think it's just in our nature because this is a group of knitters and crocheters that are reading this, old book. So of course we're going to want to make something to go along with the, the adventure of the story. Oh, okay. So I have picked my calendars for next year's, calendar inspiration. And I just wanted to show you, I haven't opened them up, but I got these from the Dollar Tree. So if y'all are interested in playing along with me next year for my calendar inspiration, I think that's my unofficial hashtag. This is, scenery, not scenery. I think I like this. I think I'm going to go with the pathways. So check your local Dollar Tree. They should be out now if you want to get one and play along. It's only $1.25 plus tax, title, and license. I feel like I've left something off, but judging from how long I've been talking, maybe I haven't left anything off. Okay, so that was all for August. The I Love the 80s Cal is wrapping up on the 15th of this month. Again, there are prizes. I have still getting some prizes together, and I'm waiting for one more prize to come in, at least one more. Oh, some of the projects that y'all have made, oh my goodness. Okay, it's like I feel like y'all have had this like just sitting on the back burner waiting for somebody to say, hey, let's do an I Love the 80s Mal, because someone made like a footstool cover, but it's a Rubik's Cube, and someone did, she made like a dolman sweater. She made a dolman sleeve sweater, but aside from just the fact that she did it, she modeled it, like she did her hair in the sideways ponytail, blue eyeshadow, the belt around the waist of oh my God, y'all, it's amazing. I've seen Pac-Man and Pac-Man Ghosts. I've seen someone made a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hat for Cabbage Patch Kid. I'm just y'all. We're doing this next year, okay? This is going to be an annual thing. Just, if y'all haven't already, just get on the Instagram and check the hashtag, and you can see some amazing projects, y'all. Just amazing. It's like every time I see it, it just makes me even more excited. And then on Telegram, that's like where the chat group is for this make along. We're having fun just talking about, TV shows and movies and music. We were talking about the movie Heathers and there's a lot of movies, 80s movies, that I've never watched, which is weird because some of them I just never had interest in. And Heathers is one of them. Heathers just never... I don't think I ever really liked Christian Slater until Pump Up the Volume. That one was like one of my favorite movies, and I'm thinking that was like 90s, maybe. I don't know, because Heathers was 1989. But also Shannon Doherty was in Heathers, and I do not like Shannon Doherty, so maybe that's why I never watched it. The only Winona Ryder movie I've ever seen was Mermaids with Cher, and I'm pretty sure that was 90s also. It's like, again, for everything that I have seen, there's so much that I haven't seen. I finally watched Goonies. I know, even my girls were like,
what do you mean you've never seen Goonies?
Finally watched Goonies. Loved it. I've never seen Can't Buy Me Love. Don't at me, y'all. I have to remember like where I was in my life, why I didn't see these movies, because there's movies that I've seen that y'all probably never even heard of. There's a movie called Up the Academy. Have y'all ever heard of that one? Don't Google it. If you know it by name, let me know if you've seen it. It has Ralph Macchio in it. Just let me know if you've seen it, because back in the day, the only way we would see movies, or really any entertainment, because we lived in Germany and we were so far away from like the military installation, we didn't get the Armed Forces Network, so we didn't get any American television. So all of our entertainment came via VHS tapes that my dad would have recorded and have like 9 movies, not 9, but like at least 3 movies on one VHS tape. And I can remember one tape, it had Cat Ballou, 9 to 5, and Coal Miner's Daughter, all on the same tape. I love all 3 of those movies, by the way. I had to sit through Cat Ballou, and you know, we tried to do the thing where, you know, the numbers, you start at 0 and a Cat Ballou would run from like 0 to 667 or whatever. We tried that for about 3 seconds. It didn't work. Up the Academy was one of those movies that was crammed on a tape with a bunch of other movies, and that's the only reason why I know the movie. I have never met anyone that has seen this movie. And I know it exists. I know it's a real thing. I Googled it. I know it's available on Amazon. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, but so there you go. I've seen that. I've seen movies that I don't want to tell you that I've seen because they're just inappropriate for children to have seen. But I saw them. But then there are those, like, I've never seen Uncle Buck. There's nothing that's keeping me from watching it now, except I feel like, I almost feel like it would be wrong for me to watch it, because if my parents didn't want me to watch it, there must have been a reason. I don't know. I'll have to call, I'll ask my parents, why couldn't I watch this movie? But they let me watch The Breakfast Club. And The Breakfast Club, I mean, I have to watch it filtered now, just because I don't particularly care for language. A lot of the movies I watched as a kid, my dad took me and my brother to see Coming to America. Yeah. So no judgment being passed on anybody, but it's like, why have I seen all of these R-rated movies, but I've not seen all of these PG and PG-13 movies? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So now it's like, so yeah, throughout all of this discussion about these movies and stuff, I'm realizing I've got a whole lot of movies that I really need to watch. I will say this, that the 80s, even for all the awesome movies that there were, and yeah, there were, I was more the music. I slept with my ear on the radio. I absolutely was about music. And then, you know, in the 90s, it was still about music, but it was definitely a shift. I shifted from like pop and rock and roll in the 80s to y'all are gonna think this is just nuts, but at the same time, y'all know me. So in the 90s, it was hip hop and country. So like, I can have TLC and In Vogue and Garth Brooks and Tim McGraw. 90s country, oh my gosh, that's my heart right there. 90s country. I love 90s country as much as I love the 1980s period. I mean, that is how strong. And for what reason, I don't know. How it came about, not a clue. Not a clue. I talked way too long. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this episode. If you feel so inclined, please click the like button, share this video, comment below. I know I'd asked a question. I don't remember what it was because I talked too much, but please answer that question. Oh, Up the Academy. And also, let me know of any other weird, rare movie that you've seen that you don't think anyone else has seen. Oh, I got another one for you. This one it's a real song that was really recorded. I heard it on the radio. It came out in the 1980s by Whitney Houston. And it's called Moment of Truth. Not One Moment in Time. This one is called Moment of Truth. Have you ever heard it? You can find it on YouTube. I don't understand why nobody talked about the song. It reminds me of this boy I had a crush on. He secretly had a crush on me too, but he wasn't allowed to have a crush on me. We're not going to go down that road. Okay. What was I going to say? If you want to stick around and become a member of the GlamFam, you can do that by clicking that subscribe button right there. And don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.